Peace family, what's going on with you? This is Tommy Lee, and this is for our culture. we are. This is for our culture where we're breaking, severing generational curses. We're teaching our community about spirituality, health is wealth, credit repair, uh, financial education, self defense. We're teaching our community how to break these generational curses that we in. If you don't know you're in a generational curse, how are you going to break it? If your parents didn't know they were in a generational curse, how are you going to break it? Because everything is passed down through our generations. If my parents didn't know they were in generational curses, and their parents didn't know they were in generational curses, we won't know that we're in generational curses. But now that you stumbled upon my podcast for whatever odd reason, know that we are in generational curses. And this podcast is directly aimed to sever it, to cut it from the ties. Right now, your generation will be the generation that severs it. If you are feeling what I'm saying, tap into the podcast, click the link in the bio. Um, Let me know what you think. But this podcast is um, targeted for the people who tired of being tired. We are at the bottom of everything. Our communities are at rut. We need help, and I have learned these skills that I want to pour into my family. So again, this is the Financial Prophet. This is Tommy Lee. Shalom to you, and thanks for spending this time with me. You could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with me. Thank you. I appreciate you. So the last episode, we was talking about how to stage our credit report. Now we wanted to remove that. We removed all the names and the addresses that's wrong. We removed all the old addresses and we called them up. We personally called the credit bureaus up. And I'm gonna give you the phone numbers right now. If you ain't got them, you can Google them, but I'm gonna give them to you right now. So Equifax phone number is 1-888-548-7878. Experian is 855-414-6048. TransUnion is 800-916-8800. Call them up on the phone. First, you got to get your credit report. So click the link in the bio. It says Identity IQ. Click that link, download. You go on there, you get your report. They give you a credit report and they get you your credit score. So now that you are attempting to be financially educated and you want to learn financial literacy, you have to monitor your credit report. You have to monitor your credit report every day. I monitor my credit report every day, every hour. I got alerts on my credit report. I got 5 clients that I monitor their credit report. It's imperative that you monitor your credit. I have 7 clients, but 5 of my 7 they do their own management. But you want to manage your credit report. Your credit report can get you, your credit score can get you over 100K. My mentor said you should monitor your credit report more than you monitor your bank account. Your bank account is only what you put into it, but your credit report can get you other people's money, the other banks' money. The Donald Trumps do it, the Rockefellers do it, the Lawberries do it, the Marberries do it. These are the strategies of the wealthy, and the Financial Prophet got it. Tommy Lee has it. I'm giving it to you guys. So it's up to you if you want to take it for what it is, however you want to do it, but it's out here. You just have to execute on it. All these mentors out here, they got the bag and they telling us what to do. All we gotta do is find like-minded people that's into what we're into and learn on it. You have to start today though. You have to start today. There's no starting tomorrow. As soon as this podcast is over, click the link, download your credit report, get the ebook or search out somebody else's ebook or go on YouTube and find out how to start disputing your stuff, because with a 700 credit score, beloved, you could go into a bank and get 60K in credit. Do whatever it is you want to do. Ultimately, we hope that you want to go take that 60K and put it in some assets that's going to start building you some generational wealth and some money that's going to be able to pay off that debt. But again, if you can't, you could just pay the minimums. You could just pay the minimums. You know what I mean? So you get to where you want and pay that back. But this is what they don't teach us. They don't teach us this, dog. Where they teach us is that. And it's sad because they don't want to teach us that. But I know, and I'm teaching it to our folks. But all right, let's get to it. So all right, it's now after we done did all of the calling on the phone, we called them up on the phone and we told them this is wrong. We want to get it off. That's the staging process. Now comes the dispute process, and the dispute process is a little bit more tricky. So I hope you got a pen and pad and you're actually taking notes. So the dispute process is you want to opt out all secondary credit bureaus. So if you remember in my process, in my episodes prior, um, the three credit bureaus that I told you, Experian, TransUnion, Equifax, are not the only three credit bureaus out here. It's over 17 credit bureaus. So you want to strategically find the credit bureaus that's storing the information that these credit bureaus go to. So the credit bureau is like the main hub. But the credit bureaus don't go and reach out and go to all these other places and get that information, and they form their database. The credit bureaus reach out to the secondary bureaus that house this information, and they go to the secondary bureaus and get that information and populate it to the main database. So your job, now that you're financial literate and you're financially aware, is, and I'm gonna give you 6 of the top secondary bureaus where you call them up and tell them you want to freeze, you want to opt out of them reporting your information, because they are the reason these big credit bureaus are housing your information in the back. So it's a stage process. It's a full process. So first, we want to call up the bureaus. Listen, these names are wrong. Take them off. Delete them. They misspelled. Blah 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 blah. After we done that, boom. Now we have to call the secondary bureaus and freeze everything. So these secondary bureaus that house other information, it's called LexisNexis. That's one. You can go online and you can opt out. So you want to opt out. Listen, LexisNexis. Stop sending my information out to TransUnion. Stop sending it out to all these other third-party branches. I don't want you to send out any of my information to anyone. I want you to freeze it. I want you to stop it now. LexisNexis. They hold your bankruptcy, your judgments, and your tax liens. Listen to what I just said. This one bureau house bankruptcies, judgments, and tax liens. Let that sit in for a minute. This bureau, listen to what I'm telling you again, houses bankruptcies, judgments, and tax liens. So if I call this bureau up, tell them, listen, I don't want you to report my bankruptcy out, they have to do it. Why they never? How come? How is this information out here? How many people got bankruptcies that they don't want reported to their credit report? How many people got tax liens and judgments that they don't want to report to their credit report? It's this one secondary bureau that holds all that. The main credit bureaus, Equifax, Experian, TransUnion, don't house that information. All they house is the information that we went through in the previous episodes. Those 5 data points and the information from those consumer companies. The secondary bureaus is where they house the other information. So Kings, I'm telling you, this information is powerful. Thank you for tapping into another episode of For Our Culture, where we're breaking generational curses. But you have to know that you're in a curse. Look at Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15. It'll depict who the people that's under the curses and why we're under those curses. And until we understand why we're under those curses and how we going to get from under those curses, we're going to stay under them curses. But I'm going to just give you a couple some sauce now to help you get to that next level. But ultimately, we want to change our mindsets. So will be able to get the blessings of the Most High, as well as get this bag. Because ain't nobody out here helping us. Ain't nobody else doing this for us. We're going to have to help ourselves. So once you learn this, I will hope and pray that you teach the next youth. Teach your kids so they know, and teach their kids so they know, so we can snap that curse, break it. We are breaking those curses today. Thank you for tapping in. Love you. Bless you. Shalom.